Did Mita workers ever sabotage Spanish colonial mines? Imagine being forced to work in brutal conditions, risking your life for someone else's profit. That was the reality for indigenous people under the Mita system during the colonial era. The Mita was originally an Inca tradition where communities shared labor for mutual benefit. But when the Spanish arrived, they turned it into a harsh, coercive system focused on extracting silver from mines like Potosí in Peru. These mines produced vast amounts of silver that fueled the Spanish Empire's wealth. Workers, called mitayos, were forced to work long hours in dangerous environments. They faced toxic fumes, extreme heat, and high death rates. Resistance was common, but physical sabotage of the mines themselves is rarely documented. Instead, indigenous workers used other ways to fight back. They slowed down work, skipped shifts, or fled to avoid the Mita draft. Some hid or migrated to escape forced labor. Others engaged in informal activities like selling ore or working unofficially during their free time. These acts of resistance disrupted the flow of silver and made the system less efficient. The Spanish authorities often relied on strict punishments to keep workers in line. But the resilience of indigenous communities showed in their subtle acts of defiance. While direct sabotage of the mining infrastructure is not well recorded, the overall resistance through work disruptions and evasion was significant. It reflected their ongoing struggle against colonial exploitation. The Mita system was a tool of oppression, but it also became a symbol of indigenous resistance. Their efforts to avoid or undermine the system helped preserve some of their social structures and cultural identity. So, in the end, yes, Mita workers did resist and sabotage the colonial mines in ways that made the system harder to sustain. Their actions, though often hidden, played a part in challenging the colonial economy and asserting their agency. This story reminds us that even under harsh control, people find ways to stand up and push back.